This is the Unit 7 study guide for the questions number 1 through 7 on your study guide. All of the answers are in this video and the following videos. Starting up at the top, question number 1 is asking for just definitions. The nucleus is the center of the atom. It's the only place where you're going to find the protons and the neutrons. Number 2, atomic number is the number of protons, and the place where you will find that on the periodic table looks like this. It's the number on the top. In this case, for carbon, the atomic number is 6. The atomic mass is the average mass in atomic mass units. For this one, I want you to think back to the time in class when we figured out the average number of boys in a lab group. It's that exact same idea. So what it is this is the average number of protons plus neutrons, and because there's a decimal, that's why it's an average. Because on average, if you round this, that's going to mean 12 protons and neutrons combined, which goes into the next one. Mass number is when you round the atomic mass. So this number for carbon rounds to 12. That means that the mass number is 12, which represents the protons plus neutrons. The next one, valence electrons. Valence electrons are the electrons in the outer shell, if you're looking at a Bohr model. Number 6, isotopes are when an element has varying amounts of neutrons. You can think of the word isotope as type. So you could say, like, what type of carbon do you have? Well, there are several different types or isotopes of carbon. You can have carbon 12, carbon 14, there are several others, and those each represent carbon, which has 6 protons, but varying amounts of neutrons. Number 7, an ion is when an element has protons and protons and electrons that aren't equal. So again, using carbon as an example, carbon would have 6 electrons, or 6 protons, excuse me, and if you changed the number of electrons, like let's say it had 5 electrons, because those two numbers don't match, you'd be talking about an ion.